Hey everybody, it's Shaman Sister Sin, and you're listening to the Meditations and More podcast brought to you by Earth Mama's Apothecary and littleshaman.org. That's me, Little Shaman. Today I wanted to talk to you about your feelings regarding the narcissistic relationship. This is something many people have issues with, so I thought we'd address it on the show today. When someone finds out that their loved one could be pathologically narcissistic, it's often very shocking. The information out there about narcissistic people is not hopeful. Much of it is hurtful and even hateful. They are referred to as evil, despicable, horrible people, and most of all, as fake. When people research this topic or stumble over it, they may hear over and over again that the narcissistic person does not love them, that the narcissistic person is a fraud, that the narcissistic person does not know them, and that they don't know the narcissistic person. Now, some people may already know this in their hearts, but even still, to hear it said out loud or to read it can still be shocking. Others are not ready to hear it, and it can be extremely upsetting. That's understandable. When you love someone, when you have poured your heart and your soul and your energy into a situation, when you have done everything you possibly can, when you are desperately searching for a way to fix this, and you hear that, it can be devastating. It can also profoundly affect how you feel about yourself and about the time that you feel you've wasted on this person. Many people become very angry at themselves or feel badly about themselves because of it. They often ask, was any of this even real? However true it may be that pathologically narcissistic people are not capable of what most people would consider truly loving others, it's important to remember that this has nothing to do with you. The narcissist's ability or lack of ability to recognize or genuinely feel love has nothing to do with yours. The narcissistic person's inability to be their authentic self has nothing to do with you either. In plain terms, it doesn't really matter whether it was real to them or not. It was real to you. Your feelings are real. Your emotions are real. The relationship was real to you. That is what matters. Dealing with the shock and the trauma of these revelations about your narcissistic loved one can be very difficult, and it's very common for people to feel tricked. They might feel duped and fooled. They might doubt their own emotions, their judgment, their value. They may even start to doubt their own perception of reality. This is understandable, but it's also not necessary. The only thing that was fake about the whole thing was the narcissistic person. That's all. Your feelings, your commitment, your plans, your part in the relationship were all real. Because of that, these things have to be considered. The relationship must be grieved, just as any other relationship. It must be processed and dealt with, just like any other relationship. Perhaps even more so, actually, because it's likely that people have given more in a narcissistic relationship than they might have in another, quote, normal relationship. They often have fantasies or hopes for the relationship as well that may also need to be grieved. And that's okay. It really is. Judging yourself harshly for believing in what was later revealed to be something other than what it appeared to be is not helpful. You wouldn't judge a friend like that, so don't do it to yourself. Many people get stuck in a trap of berating themselves for their feelings. They might think things like, how could I not know? Why am I grieving over a relationship that was not real? Why am I so stupid? Why do I care about someone who never cared about me? The answer to all of these questions is, you're human. Yes, it's often true that people who become entangled in relationships with narcissists or can't break free from narcissistic family members have issues of their own, but everybody has issues. That's what makes people human. It has nothing to do with intelligence. Nobody's perfect, so give yourself a break. Don't punish yourself for not knowing the lesson before you even learned it. That's silly and it's unfair to yourself. Now that you do know, you can make better decisions. That's important because remember, a person can only claim ignorance once. After that, they know better. It's like that old saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. If a person continues to make the same decisions after they know better, they would probably do well to look within themselves and really try to understand why they're doing that. That's the only way to change things, because waiting around for people who have abused or taken advantage of you to suddenly wake up and decide it's wrong to do that is probably not going to work out. You have to decide when enough is enough. Nobody else is going to do that for you. It might not seem fair and it might not seem right, but this is what it is. In a perfect world, nobody would hurt another person on purpose, and if they did, they would stop as soon as someone asks them to. But it's not a perfect world. Sometimes people are toxic, and that's just how they are. They're probably not going to change. Maybe some of them can't change. But everyone's feelings are their own responsibility, as is their well-being. So if something is hurtful or damaging, it's up to that person to protect themselves from it. This often involves ending any association with the toxic or abusive person, and that may be the healthiest response to the situation. However, don't make the mistake of discounting your emotions, your worth, or the relationship as a whole just because, for whatever reason, someone else didn't invest in it the way that you did. It was important to you. It mattered to you. It was real to you. Your feelings, and consequently you, matter. You can honor yourself and therefore care for yourself by honoring that. I hope this clears a few things up for you. As always, I look forward to your comments, questions, and suggestions, so please keep those coming. I take appointments online and over the phone Monday through Friday, so if you're interested in speaking with me one-on-one, you can visit littleshaman.org and click the Book an Appointment tab to go ahead and do that, or you can use the link that's available in the information section down below. You've been listening to the Meditations and More podcast brought to you by littleshaman.org. That's me, Little Shaman. May the Great Spirit bless you and have a wonderful day.